Hi, my name is Jason Huber. I ran a screen printing business with my brother for a little over a decade. So I saw some Reddit users were looking for information about starting a screen print business or actually starting more a design slash apparel company. So we did kind of both things. On my background, initially when we got started, we were really into punk rock music and thought that we would do a line of shirts that reference like kind of positive messages along that kind of punk rock slash straight edge slash hardcore kind of vein. Very first thing we did was I took out a personal loan and bought a ton of t-shirts and designed a ton of t-shirts without actually talking to anyone and finding out whether I was on the right track from a design vantage point. So whether or not slogan t-shirts were the best way to go, were just image-based t-shirts the best way to go, or was it a combination of both? What colors were selling well, what colors weren't selling well? And so I made a ton of mistakes that had I had to do it over again, I would have done a bunch of just legwork before buying anything, before committing pencil to paper, before printing out my first transparency to make t-shirts, or before contacting a screen printer at that point in time, because I didn't have the skill set at that point in time to do so. If I had to do it all over again, I would do a lot of research. So if you're looking at starting a t-shirt line, look at what's popular. So read don't look at trade publications, but look at the people. So if you're trying to start a lifestyle brand around skateboarding, pick up Thrasher magazine. Look at all the online places that are tailoring or targeting people who are in that culture. So it's really important. I think it's really important to look at the culture behind who your audience is and try and develop your brand that way. There's a lot of, from what I understand, there's a lot of online places now where you can kind of do these test markets as well. So you can put up a design and see if it sells, and if it doesn't sell, then people who have purchased the garments can get their money back. But if it does sell, then you have some validation that at least the designs that you're creating can sell and have legs. There's some merit to what you're doing. That would definitely be my suggestion long before investing a lot of money or a lot of time and energy into it yourself. So it's important to obviously build your brand, but there's a couple great podcasts that are talking about really doing things ad hoc and kind of creating the idea of what your brand may become without fully developing your brand. So think about a minimum viable product, if you will. So in the t-shirt business, a minimum viable product is that first design. So why not see if you can produce that first design and see if it sells, and if it does sell, and you can create kind of the vibe, culture, and feeling, the messaging around a brand, then you've got something worth pursuing in greater detail. There's also a lot of great opportunities now. It's more and more readily available that you can find screen printers online that are offering more and more services. So whether they're specialty printing services or whether they are smaller production runs, there's a lot more opportunity now to do something at a trial basis, short runs, to make sure again that you validate that your designs are sellable. So you can, if you try and find a specific, maybe one-off event that is that caters towards the market that you're attempting to saturate. I always recommend trying something like that, because you can start with a lot less capital. You can start with a lot less, putting a lot less money out in the short term, and have a lot greater opportunity at validating all your assumptions about the brand. So that is my take on starting an apparel line. Just kind of the things that you want to do. Really, the best thing to do is to educate yourself firsthand before you spend money. A couple great lean startup kind of books that are talking about these types of practices, about this customer discovery. So there's a book called Lean Customer Development, and there's another book called The Lean Startup. I definitely recommend both of those books. Checking them out. And if you're not into reading the books, then just check out what other people who are successful in that space are doing, and how they're marketing themselves, and who the influencers are online that they're using, or if they're doing it themselves, how are they doing that? Are they primarily gaining market share through Instagram, or exactly how are they reaching their audience? So that's my 2 cents, and thanks for your time. All right, well, take care.